if only he could have kept that team together.
Started 8-3.
I mean, and then, 2019, Bortles is done, which I didn't realize he was done after 2018, at least with the Jags.
Yeah.
And then you almost had Lamar Jackson like in your lap. And then I'm thinking like, holy cow, can you imagine all that? And what the change would be. Now, granted, we wouldn't have Trevor, which we love Trevor.
Yeah.
But you'd have Lamar, which is,
You'd be all right.
You'd be okay
He's won a couple MVPs already.
But you had an unbelievable defense, right? And then you flash forward to 2022, and 2023 was a little bit of injury, and then you did have that great start, and then you collapsed.
Trevor got hurt the back half of the year.
And your team collapsed. By the way, Philadelphia was 10-1 the same year and collapsed, too. They didn't make the playoffs. Remember that? Mm-hmm. They went on a terrible losing streak. Yep. So that happens. But 2025, or 2026, I should say, feels different in the fact that Liam reminds me of Coughlin to a certain degree. Not his delivery and not his all of it, but he's going to make those guys earn it. He's going to keep their heads level. Yeah. I think Tony's a part of that, and that's so important to him because, look, handling success isn't easy. You think it is. You're like, oh, hey, yeah, it's easy. We're
here. Yeah.
No, you haven't arrived, and you have to every year have that driven into you and make that you believe that, hey, man, you may think we're a good team, but we haven't done anything.
We were.
And you could say 13-5, 13-4, but guess what? That doesn't mean anything today. Yeah. And I think Liam's got that. He's that whole we versus me. That's what it all is. You know why 2018 imploded other than the injury? You had too many individual guys. That's all they cared about. They cared about whatever, money or fame or whatever.
Circus, yeah.
It didn't become like, hey, you know what? If we win, we're going to be rock stars. You kidding me? Like, that team was full of personality, was full of swag. And if they could have kept it together, who knows what happens on that run.
Yeah, to a point where, even during the breaks right now, if you listen to the show or to the station all day, you're going to hear Blake Bortles doing a garbage man ad.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, we love him.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Like, it's that kind of thing. Like, the garbage time comments never bothered Blake. Right? Like,
I still think, look, you still got to make the throws.
Right,
I mean,
like that kind of thing. It never bothered. It's why the run in 17 was as special as it was. Because the whole football watching world was going, Blake Bortles stinks. And we would all stand up with our hands up and go, yeah, he's not great, but he beat you.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a gamer.
Right. Like that kind of thing. It's like, but he's doing what he's doing right now. Obviously, they weren't able to repeat that in 18. And then we've dealt with everything we've dealt with here for the past several years, trying to get back into just being competitive. Well, it feels like they're competitive again. And I'm with you. I think the attitude, and we talked about it on the show a lot yesterday when I had Jamal in with me the last couple of days. But yesterday specifically, we were talking about, I don't know, when you're getting ready for training camp next week, and we've seen the way that they've dealt with different roster decisions that they made in year one, I don't think there's a more comfortable place to be as a fan than having complete trust that the people that are making the decisions about who is playing and who is not playing, that the only concern they have is, do they help us win now? Yeah. Right? Like, that is their level. That's what they want. Yeah. And if you're the guy that's going to help us win this play, this moment, you play. And if it's not the guy that you thought it was going to be going into the process, that doesn't matter. No. And it feels like they have the right guys in the building for that to be the emphasis. Are you going to help us win? Right. That's the bottom line.
What are you going to do to help us win?
Yeah. Like, that's where all the energy is, it feels like, in the franchise. So it gives you hope that it's not a one-hit wonder. Yep. Because at least the energy seems to be going in the right direction to prevent that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You still got to see it happen on the field. Yep. For this team once they get out there. The Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day is along the lines of, obviously, if we're going to do the tail of the tape, might as well pull something out of it for the question of the day here. So where do the Jaguars have the largest advantage against the rest of the AFC South? The four categories I chose: head coach, quarterback, special teams, wide receiver. Against the other four teams within the division. We'll kick that around, obviously, as we get into the show. We'll really dive into the tail of the tape when we return, as we get things rolling here on a Friday edition of Jaguars Today on 1010 XL.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Some people search a lifetime and never find it.
I found it.
You found it.
I found it!
1010XL.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, here to share with you an actual client review.
Dude, these shirts are sick.
Check out the shirts and other sick promo items at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Ace Carline here for Atlantic Infinity, and yes, I'm still loving my new QX60. Right now, you can lease one or lock in just 1.9% financing for 60 months, and every new Infinity comes with the Atlantic Infinity Promise. That's over $7,000 in added value. That's one of many reasons why I bought mine there. No pressure, no games, just a great experience. Make your next ride an Infinity from Atlantic Infinity. Visit AtlanticInfinity.com or the showroom near Atlantic and St. John's Bluff.
Picking here, or maybe you should call me Dreamfinders Danny. Look what Dreamfinders is doing again, an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down the rate and get in the game. You heard me right, a 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Former Gator Patrick Young pours out orange and blue passion with Hacker on the Gator Bites podcast.
Patrick Young, coming to life.
Tipped off by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Fridays on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
Attention contractors, stop wasting time dealing with permits yourself. Use PermitRockstar.com. Their permitting platform helps contractors cut permitting delays by up to 80%. Stop waiting and start building with PermitRockstar.com.
We have big rolls of carpet, hardwood too, laminates, hot area rocks for you. At the Carpet Man, at the Carpet Man. Our prices are low, 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 low. At the Carpet Man, at the Carpet Man. Don't delay, we'll put it in next day. At the Carpet Man, at the Carpet Man. Y'all don't see us now, you hear? At the Carpet Man, at the Carpet Man.
Visit one of our mega flooring stores or go to carpetman.biz or
call 838-6705. The Carpet Man.
Want to stretch that dollar? Taylor Doll here to help save you money with the Money Pages magazine and app. Trying to figure out dinner? Money Pages has deals at your favorite local restaurants. Need auto repairs or an oil change? Money Pages has coupons to help you save. Looking to do some home improvement projects? Money Pages has deals on everything home, from AC repair and plumbing to flooring and painting. Check your mailbox for Money Pages today and download the app for savings on the go.
In this age of globalization, we've learned that bigger isn't always better. Ever tried to get phone help from a big corporation? From a real person? Good luck. That is what's so nice about Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. Unlike publicly traded conglomerates with headquarters in faraway cities, Mike Merritt's Heating and Air remains family-owned and operated by Mike, your neighbor. Mike Merritt has delivered hometown service, integrity, and pricing for generations. The big guys incentivize their techs to sell you new equipment. Mike's team emphasizes repair first. We only sell you equipment if your current equipment is worn out and beyond repair. And let's be honest about price. Small operations without much overhead can sometimes lowball your job, but you can't trust just anyone with a truck. They may be here today and gone tomorrow. Mike Merritt has been keeping North Florida cool for more than 3 decades. That's experience and dedication you can count on. Call today or see us on the web.
Florida license number CAC 050384.
Hey there, all you sports dads rocking the best dad bod possible. We love seeing you eat tacos by the handful, and we love it when you bring your kids here too. For years, Lucy claimed that her favorite thing on the menu was sopapillas, with big scoop ice cream. I know that's not a taco, but that never stopped her. I was shooting for Dad of the Year anyway, so I just let it happen. Tacolou's a great place to bring the family. There's something for everyone, as long as it starts with a taco. And a margarita for mom is always a good thing. At Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. You're Mackin' with Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. On 1010XL.
We'll check in with Mike DeRocco in the second hour of the program this morning. He had an article early in the week where he went and talked to a bunch of special teams people across the league, specifically kickers, about the idea of Is there any possibility that kicks could be worth more than 3? You know, and how different guys felt about that kind of idea. It was kind of fun to watch, specifically Cam Little, like, and a bunch of the premium kickers that he talked to were basically like, no. Like, it affects the strategy of the game too much if you're going to add that kind of thing.
Fair.
And it makes sense. How do you figure out what the rules are supposed to look like if you do that? Can you get 4 points on a field goal if you make it from 60+, but not if you get a penalty to set yourself up for the 60+ yard field goal? Like, how exactly do you deal, with any of those kind of situations?
Yeah.
And it would affect strategy, obviously. And most teams, we're going to get to a point where most teams will have a guy that they feel okay trying from 60. Doesn't mean you got a guy that you feel okay trying from 70 and 75.
No, right.
Like Jacksonville potentially does. But a lot of teams will feel that way. We'll kick that around a little bit with Mike DeRocco when we get him on in the second hour, as well as, obviously, we're all looking ahead to training camp next week as well. But let's get into it. The AFC South version of the tail of the tape, Tommy Mack. We'll start with where we always start, with the tail of the tape. All we're asking is we're going to give you the position, right? You're going to rank them within the division 1 to 4. Just rank the teams at that position 1 to 4, and we'll see where everything stacks up when we get to the end of the day here. So let's start with the quarterback position. How do you rank the division at that spot?
Yeah, I mean, that one was pretty easy, right? I got Trev, number 1. Stroud 2, Daniel Jones 3, and Cam 4.
Was there any contention in your head for any of those spots, whether it be 2, 3, 3, 4?
Well, Daniel Jones, is he healthy or not? You know, does he pick up where he left off last year before he got injured? Because he was on fire. So is their run game, which we'll talk about in a minute. Maybe him and Cam, but I still think Cam's 4th at this time. But I've been watching that documentary, the other quarterbacks. He throws a lot of F-bombs out there, but I like him. And he's got quite the arm, man. He's going to be interesting to see if they can get it going with him. You know, Brian Dabble takes over as OC and brand new everything, you know. So
hopefully the Jaguars can make them regret it. Right, like they go Cam, they could have had Hunter, right?
Yeah.
They could have done that in that draft that year, and then the Jags wouldn't have been trading up to 2, and we'll see how all that's going to work out going into the future. But that's where everyone's landed for now. All right, you mentioned it a moment ago, running back. How do you rank them?
Well, it's hard not to have Jonathan Taylor number 1. Now they don't have much behind him, but they don't really need much. I mean, the guy's absolutely 1,500 yards. 18 touchdowns?
Yeah. First half of the season last year was him and Jones. They were kind of getting MVP echoes.
They didn't punt.
Right, yeah.
They weren't punting.
Yeah.
So it's hard not to make him number 1.
The rest of the division is...
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. But I think, Tony Pollard keeps getting quiet 1,000-yard seasons. And he does it at a pretty good clip. I mean, they average 4.2 total last year between him and Spears. They had the rookie Singleton. He's more of a bigger back. We'll see if he fits in.
Spears has had a hard first couple of years in the league. The injuries have really bitten him.
The injuries have hurt him, but when healthy, he's a nice change of pace, quick little back. Then you got, David Montgomery to the Texans, and don't forget Woody Marks last year, although not a great yards per carry, but had some moments. We'll see. He can be a change of pace. And then we know our guys, obviously with Tootin, Rodriguez Jr., and LeQuint. So I'm probably going to go Titans 2 with Pollard.
Okay.
Although I think Montgomery will overtake Pollard if I rank him at the end of the year. I'll go Texans 3rd. And unfortunately, right now, just because it's more unproven than not, I'm going to go Jags 4th.
Makes sense. Yeah. That's probably the order that I would go with it. There at running back as well. Looking at it, we don't split up wide receiver and tight end. We just call it the pass catchers.
Yeah.
Right? And you can kind of split tight ends how you want to, because they do, we know specifically here in Jacksonville, they impact what's happening in the blocking game as well. So you can kind of include whatever impact you think the tight ends are going to give you as blockers when we talk about offensive line. Basically here in just a moment. But the pass catchers in the division, how do you split them up?
Oh, my gosh. There's some good ones, including right here in Jayville. I got Jayville number 1.
Okay.
Now, number 2 is a wicked close Houston Texans team. And it really, look, if a healthy Tank Dell comes back, that could be really interesting.
Yeah, you almost forget how electric he was.
Oh,
as
he
a
was,
rookie.
insane. And he's really good. But can he come back?
That
No.
injury was crazy.
It really was. Higgins and Knoll are 2 young guys that are going to, step in and have more of a role this year. They're promising. Of course, Knoll is a great return man, just phenomenal return.
Mm-hmm.
So I do it because Nico Collins, to me, he's like,
he's the guy. If there's one right now established in the division, it is him.
Nico over
right?
anybody.
Brian has a chance, I think, to be that guy.
Yep.
We all thought he was going to turn into that guy going from year 1 to year 2. It didn't happen that way.
Yep.
But so it's fair for now to say that Nico's that guy in the division.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you had to take one right now, you'd take Nico Collins.
Yeah.
I would anyway. 3rd and 4th, interesting, but look, the Titans add Wan'Dale Robinson, 1,000-yard receiver. Ridley was hurt last year. Can he stay healthy?
Right.
Chig, the tight end, good tight end. I forgot to mention Schultz is a good tight end. I like our tight ends too, but that's why they're number 2. But Schultz for the Texans, a good receiving tight end. Let's see, who am I? Oh, Tate, the rookie. He was phenomenal in college. I got to put the rookies in there, but you just don't really.
Yeah, it's hard to know
really
with the whole Titans thing, right?
Yeah.
Like Wan'Dale was a really productive player for the New York Giants.
Yeah.
What is that going to look like for him? Like he could be the safety blanket guy.
He could.
For Cam Ward there in Tennessee, and he obviously didn't have the benefit of anyone that even resembled that kind of thing in the pass game last year. So how much do both of those guys benefit from one another? It's hard to know, but with Tennessee, it makes virtually all of it a big question mark as to what it's going to wind up looking like.
Yeah, and look, is it Ikeen? Ikeen was on their team last year. He goes to Indy, right? So he's now a part of the Colts. The Colts with Pierce, massive, right? Massive down the field. I'm still, look, if I had to pick a number 2, I don't think it would be Alec Pierce. Now, he's a good look. He's a really good deep threat. I want to see him, even more so. I know he's hurt us a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Warren's a really interesting player to me. Like, I think he could be a superstar in the league. He could be another Kittle. Could even utilize him a little bit more.
Yeah, he took off the first half of the season last year, and the back half I think the Daniel Jones injury had quite a bit to do with it.
Yeah.
When everything was said and done, but the numbers went way down in the back half of the season for him.
Yeah, well, he's a rookie too,
he is.
or was, so year 2 should be even better. And again, the quarterback went down too, so that's going to hurt you. So I'll give the 3rd to the Colts and the 4th to the Titans in that one.
Makes sense.
Okay.
I'd probably go the same direction with that as well. Okay. All right, let's finish up the offense here before we hit a break, and that'll be offensive line. How do you rank the 4 teams?
Yeah, well, okay, so what I did was I first looked at how many sacks did they give up last year and what was their overall yards per carry. Now, like with the Colts, they didn't really have anybody else, so I just used the 4.9 for JT, right? That's what he was their horse.
Yep.
He ran 4 yards a clip. They only gave up 29 sacks. So the Colts, to me, are number 1 in the class. Now, they do lose Braden Smith, who goes to the Texans. So that's interesting. He's a pretty good right tackle. Next in line, as far as stats go, 31 sacks, 3.9 yards a carry is the Texans. I'm not ready to put them number 2 yet. I'm just talking about in these stats.
Yep.
Although I do have Indy as number 1. Jags gave up 41 sacks and about 4.0 average. 4.3 for
really
ETN.
Between those two.
3.7 for Tootin. And then Titans are 4th. Clearly, they gave up 56 sacks. Although they had a good yards per carry, they struggled in protecting the QB.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you never know with young QBs. Are they holding on to the ball too long? Did they not throw it on time? Are they waiting for the guy to be open and then he gets hit?
Right. Like we've been through plenty of those kind of seasons here in Jacksonville where it's like, well, if we were ever able to run the ball, I think we'd be all right. And I could see the Titans having that kind of discussion the whole offseason. Like when we ran it, we were good at doing it. We just never were able to do it deep into games. And then I can't remember having those conversations ever with the Jags. in one of those bad seasons they were in, and then getting to the next year and any of that having any impact on what happened, it would always turn out that they were just kind of, when it came to the run game, like they were what they were. Like your idea of it turned out to be the reality of it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll go Jags second.
Okay.
Just because of the continuity, and Texans third. They got 3 new offensive linemen, and they look good on paper. Looks great, but does that equate?
Well, then it's the, when you talk about the big storylines within the division, like for all 4 teams going into the year, the big one in Houston is the Stroud thing. And a lot of that is the offensive line good enough to allow Stroud to actually be the guy that he was as a rookie again?
Yeah, but in my stats, they don't tell the whole story.
No.
They were second in fewest sacks out of the Ford division. They only gave up 31.
Yeah.
The Colts gave up 29. You know what I mean? They led.
Right.
Jags were at 41. That's 10, 12 more.
Right.
Which again, I think the continuity and getting Cole back eventually, I think that'll keep our Jags up there.
No doubt about it. We'll flip it over to the defensive side of the ball when we return and see how the Jaguars stack up against their divisional rivals. As we continue to tail the tape in the AFC South, Tommy Mack here, Tom McManus for the show here as he joins us each Friday. Emmanuel Thallerin with us for one more day. And so he'll wrap up the week, and then he'll be back to solo morning duties. And we'll have to say goodbye until next time with E.T. But we'll enjoy the time that we have together, my friend, as we continue along here on a Friday edition of Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Jaguars fans, grab your passport. Open and fund a new Everbank Performance account for your chance to win the Everbank London Getaway Experience. One winner gets round-trip airfare for 2, 4 nights hotel, and 2 tickets to the Jags game in London this October. Start your journey today at everbank.com/London. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry period from 6/29 to 8/27/26. Get official rules and details at everbank.com/London Rules. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank N.A. Member FDIC.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
It's here, Middleburg. Firehouse Subs is now open at the all-new Clay Town Center. Try the bold new steak and cheese melts, stacked with premium steak, melted cheese, and big flavor in every bite. Firehouse Subs at the Clay Town Center, open now.
Hi, I'm Blake Bortles. People know I've always said if I wasn't playing football, I'd probably be on a construction site. So Next Gen Roofing finally let me live the dream.
Blake, why are you wearing a red practice jersey?
Always worn it for safety.
Right. Well, around here, the red jersey means you're the new guy. So you're in charge of garbage cleanup.
Perfect. I love garbage time. Always excelled in it.
It's not exactly what I meant.
Good thing Next Gen Roofing has real pros handling everything from family homes to large commercial buildings. Next Gen, teamed up with you.
Teamed up with you.
Summertime is here, and that means it's grilling season. Now, before you overpay at the big box stores, make a stop at Houston's Meat Company on Main Street in Jacksonville. For more than 50 years, Houston's has been Jacksonville's local butcher shop, serving up quality meats, incredible prices, and the kind of service you just can't find at the grocery chain. Steaks, burgers, chicken, ribs, whatever's on the grill this weekend, Houston's has you covered. Shop local, grill better. Follow Houston's Meats on social for updated weekly specials.
Tom McManus here for Armstrong Fence Company, a locally owned First Coast business for nearly 20 years. Hurricane season is here. Don't wait for the first storm warning. Your fence is your first line of defense. Loose boards, weak posts, or damage can turn into big problems when high winds come around. Armstrong Fence Company handles repairs and builds from stadiums to backyards. Get a pre-storm fence check today. Call Armstrong Fence Company or search online. Armstrong Fence Company. Yeah, we did the fence.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, let's talk about diamond cutting. How is a diamond price affected by the way it is cut?
Frank, that's probably the most important question asked about diamonds, because the trade-off between a diamond cut for maximum beauty and one that's not is the diamond's carat weight. You see, diamond cutters buy rough diamonds based on quality and weight. So as they cut the rough diamond, everything cut away affects profits. However, there's specific known cutting parameters, and each deviation from these means they have a heavier, less beautiful diamond. Unfortunately, a customer can't detect all those cutting imperfections. They need expert help about a diamond's cut grade. You see, for any round diamond of a particular color, clarity, and carat weight, there are as many as 10 different prices that can vary by as much as 50%. At Underwoods, we look specifically at how a diamond's cut before we look at anything else, because it's the most important factor when it comes to a diamond's beauty, and to us, whether it should carry the Underwood name or not.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Mackin' with Tom McManus, brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service on 1010XL.
ET always knows the assignment. He knows who's sitting in here with me. And he knows what a little AC/DC will do for Tommy Mac. Getting ready to keep going in the show.
Love it.
No doubt about it.
Yep.
We just went through the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
In the tail of the tape. We're going to get into defense here. We'll start with the category that I know has been bugging you since I gave you the assignment.
It has. It's challenging.
Yeah.
It
Defensive
is.
line in the AFC South. Stack them up.
Yeah, well, let's real quick if we can. We'll go back offense. So Jags get number 1 in QB and number 1 in targets.
Yep. Pass catchers. Yep.
Pass catchers. They're last in running backs. Shoot me. And second O-line, although them and the Texans are pretty tight.
Yep.
For second and third, I would imagine. I would say.
Yep.
All right, let's talk D-line. So D-line, look, I think everyone would be like, it's Texans runaway. And I get it because they got 2 of the best edge rushers in the entire National Football League. No question about it. But let's just go through it real quick, okay? We'll start with the Colts. Do they get a healthy DeForest Buckner? Very similar. Do we get a healthy Eric Armstead?
Yeah.
Because if both of those are yes, both the defenses are going to be that much better, without question. DeForest Buckner is as good or better than Eric Armstead, I would say. They're probably a good one-on-one matchup. You know what I mean? Grover Stewart, another guy. Now, if he can, not get busted for performance enhancement stuff and stay on the field, he's a really good defensive tackle. There's no doubt about that. And then you throw in Latu from last year, who's a great rookie. Yeah. I'm not giving them the nod, don't get me wrong, but they got a nice trio.
And they brought in Arden.
And they got, Arden Key. Yeah, that's right. Good.
Like that's their third guy.
Yeah, for sure. He'll get you 5. Then you go to the Titans. We already know Jeffrey Simmons. I mean, if you had to pick one defensive tackle, it'd be him, that you'd want on your team.
Yeah, he's a first or second team All-Pro right now. It feels like for a while.
Absolutely. John Franklin Myers was great for Denver. Can he be great for them? He's another name on paper that makes that D-line that much better. Jermaine Johnson comes over, of course, from the Jets. Robert Saleh, knowing him from the Jets, gave up, draft picks for him. And then they draft the Falk kid out of Auburn. Again, rookie, we don't know. But that's a nice trio right there. Myers, Simmons, and Johnson. Then we get to the Texans. Will Anderson Jr., Danielle Hunter, Sheldon Rankins. So those 2 are great, right? You'd pick them over anybody, right? Okay. But Sheldon Rankins is a good defensive tackle who does get, some sacks. Not a ton, but will help you in the pass game. But he's not a great player. He's not I wouldn't take him over our tackles, flat out. You know what I mean? Healthy Eric Armstead, I'm taking. I am. I'm expecting a big year out of Eric, and I hope it does come true. They add Logan Hall, a D lineman from Tampa. I hope we were going to grab him just to get in the rotation. He's like a Dickerson that we have.
Yeah.
Very similar there, I would imagine. And then McDonald's the rook. We don't know. He looks like a beast, but
supposed to be a plugger.
Yeah, we'll see. And then you look, our front four: Eric, Devon, Josh, and Trayvon. It's a pretty good front four.
It's not bad.
Now you may not say Anderson and Hunter. I mean, you'd say Anderson and Hunter, but I don't think you'd say the other two replace them. You know what I mean? And then if you want to go as far as like the Colts and us, well, Armstead and Buckner, they wash each other out, right? You'd say that. Trayvon and Latu maybe. Latu and Josh Hines Allen trade. You know what I mean? So I'd give us the nod over the Colts. The other two are tough. I mean, they're just tough. I'm going to go. Collectively,
yeah,
I'm gonna go Jags number one.
Okay,
but caveat.
I was about to say that's bold.
It is really bold, and I know a lot of people out there like that's BS. But the caveat is Trayvon and Eric. I mean, everybody has to stay healthy, but they all got to stay healthy, and then you can have a legitimate discussion on who's the best defensive line, not who is the best edge rushers.
Like I get it.
Who's the best D-line?
It's hard for me looking at that category, given that it is Anderson and Hunter.
I agree.
As the two guys there with Houston, to not give them the nod as the best of the groups, right? Like those guys are so far and above as a tandem. Even as much as I love the Josh and Trayvon thing, but you do what you want with the list, Tommy.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to get beat up, but I'm tough, so I don't care.
Yeah.
And then I'll go third. I'm going to take the Titans. I almost want to take them second. I know that sounds insane, but I almost want to take them.
Yeah.
Simmons is, I mean, come on. That guy, he beats everybody in my book. You put Simmons on the Texans line, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget it.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, you won't be able to block anybody,
All
Look,
right.
Dallas is hoping for that with Quinn and Williams.
Yeah.
Everyone's forgetting about him, but anyway.
So you go Jacksonville, Houston, Tennessee, Indianapolis, 1-4.
Yeah.
They're on defensive line. All right, linebacker.
Oh, this is a good one, too. And I'm going to go right out of the box and tell you who I picked.
Okay.
You want to guess?
Who did you pick? Looking at the groups of linebackers here, that's a good group there. Let's see. Didn't love that. I'd probably go Houston.
Nope.
All right. Who'd you go with?
I went with Tennessee.
Okay.
Cedric Gray and Cody Barton are ridiculously good inside backers. Now, if we still had Devin, my pick would have been Jags.
Okay.
But we don't have Devin.
And they added Anthony Hill. Who knows what that's going to be?
If he's what they think, that trio could be pretty special. But let's leave the rookies out since we did it with the other position. Those two guys, I would take over Shaher and To'o or To, whatever his name. To'o. He's very good. EJ Speed's a good backer too. I mean, that's a good trio, but I'm taking the duo of the Titans over those guys.
Gotcha.
Look, the Colts got two rookies, C.J. Allen and the kid out of, I think he went to Oregon, Bryce Barker or something like that. They really like him. He's a 4th-round pick. And then they got
Betcher.
They got Gaither, the veteran, Akeem Davis Gaither, I think is his name.
Yep.
So I'll take Texans second, Titans first, Jags third because of Aluakin, and then the Colts fourth.
All right. So secondary now, Tommy.
Another tough one.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is. I can't. Look, for the Titans, no, they're not there. They got a couple decent guys outside, but they're not really there.
Yeah.
I mean, Sauce and Cam Bynum, Chavarius Ward, those are really good players. I mean, and then throw in, now he's a rookie, so we don't know, which is A.J. Halsey. He looks like he's going to start. But let's just take the Texans. Immediately, Tom, it's Derek Stingley. It's Petrie. It's now Blankenship. It's Lassiter. These are all really good players. No question about it.
No doubt.
Now, Travis Hunter could probably, this is projecting because he hasn't shown it yet like Derek Stingley, but you could call a one-on-one there. If you feel like he could be that good, I think he can. I think he's got the tools.
Yeah.
I give Stingley the nod now, of course, because he's shown it.
Like, it's not a crazy thought, and it's one that's been expressed plenty, that if Travis Hunter is just playing corner this year, if they decide he's not playing any wide receiver, that I think he could be among the handful of the best corners in the league.
Yes.
Right? Like, he's got that kind of talent. It hadn't shown up yet. You know, obviously for him, because he only played 7 games and wasn't featured all that much on defense, but it's at least out there in the ether that could be a real possibility for a guy like Travis Hunter. So that's fair. Stingley has done it. So you kind of lean that way because Stingley, we've seen him do it. That's what he plays, is corner.
Yeah, absolutely. And then who do you wash out? I mean, Lassiter's really good. He's another great corner.
Yep.
It's not like, he's, a big, he's a drop off, but not huge. But then we got Jordan Lewis. And by the way, look at the Colts. I can't deny Cam Bynum, Sauce Gardner, and Charvarius Ward. Those are ridiculously good players.
Yeah. So I got Tennessee at 4. What's 1 through 3 look like?
Yeah, Tennessee's at 4 for sure. Yeah, you threw me off there. But yeah. I'm going to go Texans 1.
Okay.
I just think Stingley takes it over the top. I think I'm going to go Colts second, man. I'm sorry, but Sauce and Ward.
I think that's fair.
Just overall, I think are on paper better than our guys, and I'll give us the third one on that one.
Special teams.
Special teams, it's Jags all the way. I mean, I went through it. I didn't know Tommy Townsend left the punter left Texans.
Yeah.
And went to, where'd he go? He went to inside the division. Where did I see? He went to the Titans. Yeah. Texas to the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Anyway, of course, Cam, Ross, Logan, and P-Wash as our return.
As a group, it's
they're it. Number 2, I'm kind of guessing. If you want to go by return, I mean, Gold is a really good return guy for the Colts. DK is a great return guy for the Titans. And then Noel is a really good returner for the Texans. So I'm going to go, I like Fairbairn too. I'm going to go Texans 2.
Okay.
Titans 3. Colts 4.
Colts 4.
Yeah, their kickers were a mess last year. They had 3 different ones. So, Badgley was there, but they couldn't keep it together.
We got one more segment here. We'll keep it on the tail of the tape here in the AFC South. Still need to talk about the coach and the wild card, kind of the X factor for all 4 teams going into the 2026 season as well. Tom McManus alongside as we continue to take a look at the tail of the tape in the AFC South and how the Jaguars rank up against their divisional rivals heading into the season this year with training camp just a few days away. We'll be out there next Wednesday to Friday live. We got 3 or 4 more days after that we'll be out at training camp. Whenever they're allowing us to come inside the building, Jaguars Today will be there for Jaguars training camp.
That's right.
Starting next Wednesday. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Every game is a story.
And the game is tied.
Every play is a moment waiting to happen.
We're going to overtime.
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL.
When it comes to orthopedic care, experience matters, and teamwork matters even more. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, our fellowship-trained specialists work together to treat a full range of conditions, from knees and shoulders to spine, sports injuries, and joint replacement. You'll be guided by the right specialist for your needs, with coordinated care and personalized treatment plans designed for better outcomes. Smarter care, faster access, trusted expertise. Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
I've owned a home long enough to know one thing. The little problems you ignore almost always become the expensive ones. That small plumbing leak, the septic tank you've been meaning to pump, the air conditioner that's making a funny noise. July is the perfect time to take care of it. So right now, save $250 on a whole home repipe or redrain, $50 on any septic service, and $500 on a new AC system from Duck Duck Rooter. Honest service, upfront pricing, no surprises. When you're stuck, call Duck Duck Rooter, 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
You see Daly's convenience stores all over the First Coast, and one thing you'll always see once inside Daly's is a cooler full of Bud Light. It's the official beer of the NFL, and every game goes great with a cold one. So head to your local Daly's the next time you stock up for the big game.
Share your voice anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Are you serious?
Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
I gotta say, you're totally blowing my mind right now.
If you can't call or email, text us 641-1010.
Enclosures built for a lifetime. Lifetime enclosures.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Think ahead and get your backyard ready for fall. 15% off projects and an additional in-showroom discount for both flooring and enclosures just for visiting. Maximize your space with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring.
Lifetime enclosures.
At the Y, there's no place like this place. More than just a gym, the YMCA is a community where support, connection, and your well-being come first. And now, getting started is easier than ever with Your Rate, an income-based, affordable membership designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget so you can focus on what really matters, feeling better, moving more, and connecting with others. Join today and discover a place where you truly belong. Learn more about Your Rate at fcymca.org.
I-9 Sports is year-round. Fun for kids 3 and up. From North Jacksonville to Fleming Island, Neptune Beach to Orange Park, I-9 Sports makes it convenient for you with their 1-day-per-week commitment with practice before the game. It's easy to fit it into your schedule. Log on to i9sports.com and register now for fall and winter. Flag football, hoops, baseball, soccer, volleyball, and multi-sport. There's something for every youngster in North Florida. Fall and winter registration open right now at i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount.
Checkmate. I'm Braden Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, the Checkmate King.
The two most important factors behind a great garage floor coating are the preparation and the application.
So we prepare every floor with high-performance diamond grinding pads. But just ugly diamonds, right, Brendan? If we find any nice ones, I could use some crown jewels.
Sorry, Chester. Our special grinding pads use diamonds that are too ugly for jewelry.
But they create the perfect surface to bind with our multi-layer polymer coating for years of durable performance.
You'll have to pick out jewelry on your own time, Your Highness.
The term is Your Majesty, Brendan, but I'll let it go this time.
Perfect preparation?
Check. Expert application?
Check. A gorgeous new floor that sparkles like a diamond in your garage? Checkmate!
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service on 1010XL.
Do you have the time, Tommy, to listen to me whine?
We sing this one. I like this tune.
No
it's a good one.
doubt about it. We got a couple more categories here in our Tell the Tape in the AFC South. Coach and X Factor. It's really tight at the top of our list right now. I was totaling up the points while we were in the break there. Again, we're ranking them all 1 to 4 in each of these categories. The Titans with 25 points, the fewer points, the better to this point.
Okay.
Right, so 25, they're lowest in the class. The Colts have 22. The Texans, 17. The Jaguars, 16.
Ooh.
Points in the rankings so far. Head coach for all 4 teams, how do you rank them?
Yeah. First, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you paranoid or are you stoned? Do you know? E.T., do you know?
She said my life's a bore, Tommy.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. And quit your whining.
Yeah.
Because you're bringing her down. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, so another tight one. Titans and Colts are 3 and 4. You know, I hear. Look, Brant Boyer, good friend of mine, right? He loves Robert Saleh. He thinks he's a fantastic guy, fantastic coach. His track record shows that he's a really good defensive coordinator, and he's whatever as a head coach.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Did you have the Titans at 3 or 4?
I'm going to put the Titans at 4, and I'll put Shane Steichen at 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it comes to D'Amico Ryans and Liam Cohen. Liam, obviously, with what he did in 1 year, deserves to be ranked number 1. Then the caveat is, or the argument is, well, D'Amico's gone to the playoffs every year for 3 years.
Game. Yep.
And one playoff. You know what I mean? So he's ahead. So because of that, I got to go D'Amico Ryans somewhere. Doesn't mean I don't believe in Liam number 1, but track record, it's just longer done by D'Amico Ryans. And
Sure.
he's a hell of a coach. There's no doubt about that. He does get his teams to play, but I'll give D'Amico the nod, and I'll give Liam a set. Look, he's far and above. He's closer to number 1 than 3 and 4. I'll put it to you that way.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
How would you rank the coaches?
I think that ranking is fair. There's a lot of I think you do have to do the projecting thing a little bit if you want to put Liam at 1. I don't think it's unreasonable, right, to put Liam Cohen at number 1 in the group because you saw what happened in year 1 with him, and you're like, look,
right.
Like, you do feel like the rocket is taken off.
Yep.
Like that's the way that it feels here in Jacksonville. But I will say, having a little bit of caution, given that that's how we all felt coming out at 22 as well. It's like good luck to the rest of the AFC South having to deal with Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson for the next decade.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's an idea that a lot of people, including I, expressed coming out of the kind of season they had in 2022. It didn't work out that way.
Right.
We talked about it early on in the show. I think they're hitting the right buttons right now for me to be less concerned about that kind of thing happening again.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that it can't happen again. And
Right.
so if you want to hit the brakes a little bit on it, I think it's fair. And D'Amico's been a good enough head coach.
3 in a row is
Right. In the time that he's been around, that you give the edge to the guy because it's been a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Like, I would be surprised if we do this again next offseason if we don't get to this category and we're like, oh, Cohen.
Yeah, right.
Right? Like, I
Well,
expect
if he
that
does it again.
Right. Like, I expect that
Right.
to be what's going to happen
Right.
in this situation, but I think it's okay to tap the brake.
Yeah.
Right now on it?
Yeah. So when you said rocket ship, I got this vision of a rocket ship going off.
Yeah.
It's more of a cartoon. So bear in mind, my the cartoon rocket is taking off. But there, in my picture, there's a tethered line with not the tightest of knots.
Oh, so it's a Wile E. Coyote-ish kind of rocket ship. Yeah.
It could untie, and be gone, and or it could tighten up and hold you. So I
don't know if it's going to help or prevent you from catching the road runner.
Correct.
Right. Like you're just kind of caught between.
I just want to see it. I believe it. I mean, I think the foundation's set. They got the right guys in place in the locker room and in the executive and the coach. I really believe that, but I got to see it, man. I mean, look, you go back-to-back playoff appearances in your first 2 years. Yeah, D'Amico's done his first 3 years. So, yeah, that's an incredible feat. It's so hard to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's so hard to make it back-to-back, because you got to keep everybody's head on straight.
Yeah.
Number 1, and stay healthy.
Yeah, I got some questions that I want to ask you about these rankings that I think can help us separate, some of the stuff here at the top here in just a moment. Want to do the X factors as well for each of these teams. But when you get to the end of just the raw numbers here with the categories, it's 9 categories that we went through here just as we've gone through the first hour of the program this morning.
Yep.
The Texans and the Jaguars are tied.
Yeah.
Like their average is 2.
Yeah.
Right, so they both got 18 points, 2. Beyond them, you have the Colts third with a 2.7 average with 25 points, and the Titans with a 3.2 average and 29 points.
Yeah.
And I think that's not an unreasonable expectation for how the division's going to wind up.
That's how,
it's kind of, but I think it does put the clarity on how tight in reality the Jaguars-Texans thing really is as we're going into the season.
Yeah.
Like these guys are head to head.
Hey, Tone, we talk about our run. They had a run too. And I know that the quarterback faltered in the playoffs at the end there, and obviously he deserves all that.
And he got the advantage of getting to play Pittsburgh in the wild card.
Absolutely.
Like, those things are real,
no doubt,
and certainly
but they went
fair
on a
to
run
talk
too.
about.
They were nipping at our heels. That's what made us even more impressive, because we knew they were nipping, and we kept one game ahead.
Yeah,
So.
we will have Mike DeRocco will join us in the at the bottom of the second hour here, coming up here in about 15 minutes or so. We'll talk with D-Rock, but do want to get to the X factor for each of these teams.
Yeah.
And again, I do have some kind of clarifying things that maybe if we're going to try to separate out these teams, this will help us try to figure out what that may look like in the end, specifically between Jacksonville and Houston, as to who we should expect to win the AFC South going into that contest here as training camp opens up next week. We'll continue along those lines here on a Friday edition of Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl.
You're there. Yes, it's us.
With Tom McManus.
Cool idea, big brother.
On Helmets and Heels.
One big happy family. I wouldn't miss that for the world. Should be smashing good fun.
2 to 4 weekdays on 1010XL.
Summer is made for road trips, beach days, and family vacations. Before you hit the road, make sure your vehicle is ready at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Their trusted technicians can handle your oil change, fluids, filters, and more, all while you stay comfortably in your vehicle. No appointment needed. With convenient locations, a 4.7-star national rating, and named #1 quick lube for customer service by Forbes, it's easy to see why drivers choose Valvoline. Get road trip ready today at Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Sent in, and Sporting Jacks breaks through first.
For the latest on Jacksonville's pro soccer team, join the Sporting Jacks Coaches Show, presented by Honda of the Avenues, every Tuesday night at 6 on 1010 AM and 1010XL.com.
My wife was like, I want to go to Hawaii and I want to bring the kids. And I was like, whose kids?
Jim Gaffigan. Everything is wonderful.
Spent the entire time applying and reapplying sunscreen, which thankfully makes my skin whiter.
Jim Gaffigan, a night of all new material. December 27th, VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster. Produced by Outback Presents.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning, then deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
Hunting season in Northeast Florida is just around the corner, and Green Acres Sporting Goods has been serving Jacksonville hunters for over 55 years. And right now, you can lock in a summer deal on an AR-style 12-gauge shotgun for just $299. And while you're there, check out the largest archery pro shop in Northeast Florida and test shoot the newest bows by Hoyt and Matthews. Shop today at Green Acres Sporting Goods.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal, what's the matter? I came right over.
It's my water, Jason. Smell this.
Yeesh. That came out of my tab, Jason. I'm worried there's a lot more in there than just H and 2 and O.
Well, yeah. In Jacksonville, we have some of the hardest water in Florida. There's calcium carbonate in there and magnesium sulfate and...
I'm sorry, calcium... what now?
It's the same stuff that makes those cool stalactites in caves.
Well, it's making my shower all powdery, my tabs all crusty, and caves make me claustrophobic.
Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Call Bueller Air & Plumbing, and our water treatment experts will do a free water quality test. We'll check for minerals, bacteria, anything that might make your water smelly or damage your plumbing or appliances.
And if it's bad, you can fix it?
Your glasses will come out cleaner, your shampoo will lather better.
I like a good lather, Jason.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Here's your 1010XL local sports update, sponsored by Gate Express Car Wash. Jaguar training camp begins July 29th, with rookies reporting tomorrow and veterans returning on July 28th. Head coach Liam Cohen's looking for a big year from running back Basil Tootin.
Go be special. That's who you are, and we're definitely expecting Tootin to have a big year for it.
That's your 1010XL local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 11:03 and it's 89 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller. Stay tuned for more with Jaguars Today, which is next right here on 1010XL at 92.5 FM.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Number 55 in the middle, he's Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. On 1010XL.
Rolling into hour number 2 here on this Friday edition of Jaguars Today. Mike Dempsey on assignment for one more hour. I think he's still been doing the XM thing all week. Like, I know I joined him Tuesday night.
Yeah.
I think to talk Jaguars from a fantasy football perspective.
Yeah.
So I know he's been working weeknights all week, but he's been. I hope he's enjoyed his time.
I wonder how
off.
many mocks he's in, or not? Well, not mock
I don't
drafts.
know. Like today, I don't imagine he's got a whole lot
Fantasy
going on. It is Spider-Man Day for those of us who celebrate. There's a new Spidey hitting theaters today, so I'm sure.
I like that actor.
You know,
Tom Holland.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, I like
you could have
him.
watched him last weekend too. He was in the Odyssey.
Did you go see that?
Not yet.
Yeah, are you gonna?
Yes.
Yeah, here. I mean, I don't know what is it all about anyway. Some Greek mythology? Is that
The
what
Odyssey,
it is? Oh,
yeah.
Is that what that is?
It's like one of the oldest recorded stories we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not up on Greek mythology.
It's like it's like he left to go fight a war and didn't get home for like 10 years is the basic story.
Okay.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Right.
But
Okay.
that's the basic stories is he left for war.
Yep.
And this is him trying to get back home. It's
Kind of like
essentially
what was that movie with Brad Pitt?
Oh, brother. Well, I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about? When
no, I thought you were going with the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh, that was
Which is the Odyssey.
Oh,
that,
it is.
That is
Okay.
them doing a like kind of that southern
okay, I didn't know that.
kind of take on the Odyssey.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
What that movie's playing around with is that story.
Interesting. I didn't know
in their own kind of way. But yeah, I'm gonna see it. Just
Legends of the Fall when he
Okay.
goes away.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
goes
yeah,
away,
yeah,
fights the war, and comes
now
back.
I got you.
Okay, all
yeah,
right, whatever.
yeah, that kind of thing. All right, let's get
I
to
wouldn't
it.
have shot the bear either. For the record. No way.
The X factor for
Yeah.
each of these teams heading into the 2026 season. What'd you come up with, Tommy?
You want me to start with the Jags or end with them?
Either way.
I'll
let's
start
say-
with them.
Okay.
X Factor. Travis Hunter.
Big one.
What are we going to get out of Trav?
Yeah.
Can you stay healthy? I know how I like to see him used, but I'm not the decision maker. I want to see him on both sides for sure. I want to be a shutdown corner. When you're shut, like I personally think if he's your starting corner, you just became a championship defense. He's going to help you get to the quarterback better. He's going to help lock down big time receivers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's going to bring to the table. I can't wait till you playing man and they motion in, he motions with, and then they switch and he goes off on a blitz and nobody will catch him. They'll never see him coming.
Yeah.
There's so many things that young man can do. So
It's been so long since we've been able to watch him play that you forget.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
just how
Yeah.
special an athlete he is.
Wicked is. Wicked. I mean, listen, I think if he's a full-time corner, he's just as good as the top corners in the game.
Yeah.
Surtain, Stingley, All those guys. He has the ability to be like that. My number 2 for the Jags, is real quick, is Trev. Trev's got to have a big year this year.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for the team, but for him. Like to show and prove once again that I am that guy.
Yeah.
I am me.
They're going to compete at a championship level, and I think we all have it in our heads that they could be a team that can compete at a championship level.
Yep.
Trevor's got to be that horse.
Yeah.
Right,
for
like
sure.
He's that lead
He
horse.
does. He's
You
got
need
him.
him to be that kind of thing. Like they are built. You can look at all the things we were just going through, the whole thing, like everything they got going on defense. They are not a team that is built to be a championship team without Trevor Lawrence being a championship level quarterback.
You're right, Tony.
They have to have it.
No doubt. Right from the beginning,
Yeah.
too.
Like the Texans defense may be built where they can kind of squint your eyes and see a path to them being that kind of competitive without Stroud being amazing. The Jaguars, I don't think there's any of that in them. They need Trevor Lawrence to be that guy if they're going to compete at those kind of levels.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. All right, so for the Texans, it's Stroud. I mean, he's the same as Trev. He's got to be the man.
Got to be the guy.
For them, I mean, look, like you said, their defense can carry. I think a healthy defense with Travis Hunter at corner can carry us, too, for a little bit. I do believe that. But their defense has shown they can carry him. They add Montgomery. That's going to be huge for them. But at the end of the day, it's C.J. Stroud. Can he get it done? For the Titans, it's that D-line. It is. I could go Cam and Dable. You know, I could do all that. But that D-line could be special. You know, you got a guy like Jeffrey Simmons who could take over a game, throw in the John Franklin Myers, who's an absolute monster, and then we'll see the guy from the Jets, you know, Jermaine Johnson, if he ends up being the kind of player they think he can be. But that D-line, if they're anything, they'll keep him in games. That's what a great D-line can do for you, right? And a great O-line. They keep you in games. You might not score a ton of points, and they may not score a ton against you, but you're right there in the thick of it.
Well, and it's if they're going to be successful, they're kind of built the right way to be successful in the path that they would have to take. Because I agree with you. I think it has to be through their defensive line. But if you're going to be that team, then having the opportunity on special teams to have a difference maker in that category, and DK can be that guy.
Yeah, for sure. Good
right?
call.
So they're
Good
kind
call.
of, those two ideas kind of marry one another. If they're going to be successful at all in 2026, that's the formula for how the Titans get there. I would totally agree with you.
I'll tell you what, just watching that documentary, Cam Ward's got the tools physically. That arm and release is legit.
Yeah.
Legit. So we'll see about that. And for me on the Colts, it's very similar to the Jags. Sauce Gardner. Can he be that player that they need him to be? You know, that what Travis Hunter does for us, he does for them. You know what I mean? And whether they're playing zone or man, it don't matter. Sauce Gardner is that kind of, or has been that kind of corner. Can he get back to that? So that's a big one for the Colts. Because I think, you know, look, you could go DJ. You know, can he stay healthy? Of course. But to me, that defense, and then you throw in Buckner, Grover, Latu, you know, the young rookies at linebacker. You throw in a Sauce Gardner that can lock down the number one receiver. You know what I mean? Now you got something. You're going to have a chance with that defense.
Yeah. Look, I think you can see what the paths are to competitive.
Yep.
You know, for a couple of these teams, and I think the Titans one, I think you hit it on the head, right? Like, I think it has to be that because that's where their strength is.
Yep.
So they need that to be the thing. Like, that has to be a difference-making kind of thing for them if they're going to be competitive here in 2026. For the Colts, you can have all the questions that you want to have about Daniel Jones, whether or not that's going to work. That's that feels like a coin flip kind of thing to me at this point in time. It's you gave up everything you gave up on the Sauce Gardner thing because you thought he was going to be a difference maker for you.
That's right.
Right. Then you had the Daniel Jones injury. So you know what it looks like if the coin flip comes up the way you don't want it to on the Jones thing. You know that Sauce isn't going to be a difference maker.
Right.
What you need is Jones to be some semblance of what he was so that Sauce can be the difference you thought you were getting when you brought him in.
Yeah, for sure.
Like those two things have to be married for the Colts to succeed in 2026.
I mean, think about this. Sauce and DeForest Buckner, Eric and Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Like those they work together. You give your interior guys an extra half step, they're in the face. You know what I mean? The hands are up. They're hitting the QB. They're not chasing them.
Yeah. Well, that's
Big difference.
That's certainly the hope in Jacksonville. Josh is a guy that's been around the quarterback his whole career.
Yeah.
The sack numbers just haven't really shown up for him. At least
he needs the cavalry,
right? Like
that's what he needs.
Something else there. And does having a corner that can play the way we think Hunter can play, how much of a difference does that make for a guy like Josh Hines?
Big, I think.
Right. We'll see exactly what that's going to look like. We'll say hello to Mike DeRocco when we return. We'll check in on his little kicker diatribe, talking about extra points for kickers. And I mean actually adding an extra point to a field goal in the National Football League and what exactly that looks like, as well as get ready for training camp opening up next week as well. Mike DeRocco over at ESPN joining us next here on 1010 XL.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. A bunch of misfits that are finally starting to gel.
Veterans are starting to play back to form, and the rookies are developing faster than I thought. There's 2 or 3 potential all-stars in there.
1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
I'm Matt Lennon with AB Signs. Every day, your company vehicle is on the road. Is it bringing you customers? I turn trucks, trailers, and storefronts into powerful advertising. Make your business impossible to miss with AB Signs.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. On Southside and JTB, for a limited time, Key Buick GMC has marked down select new GMC Sierra 1500 models. Below employee pricing, you pay less than what our employees pay. Plus, at Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us or shop online at keybuickgmc.com. We are professional grade lifetime powertrain warranty, covers engine, transmission, drive time only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. E.T. here, and your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees. And rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights, and wall-to-wall TVs everywhere. I mean, it's Twin Peaks. Where else you going to find a scratch kitchen that's always coming through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late at night? Only at Twin Peaks, your #1 sports bar. Come on, somebody.
This is when it starts to feel like football.
This is totally awesome. Thank you, everybody.
It's Cash Building Material SEC Media Days. If you miss an interview, look for the best of at 1010XL.com. Unlocked by Instant Keys.
Celebrate the month of July with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 and take $75 off air duct cleaning as well. Hickett here. Book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Take advantage of the savings.
This is Hayes Carlion for First Florida Credit Union. I went to the branch on 210 to get my car loan and had a fantastic experience. I got a great rate and was in and out. The online banking services are also outstanding. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web. Precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron. Totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens, also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings, and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
In this age of globalization, we've learned that bigger isn't always better. Ever tried to get phone help from a big corporation? From a real person? Good luck. That is what's so nice about Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. Unlike publicly traded conglomerates with headquarters in faraway cities, Mike Merritt's Heating and Air remains family-owned and operated by Mike, your neighbor. Mike Merritt has delivered hometown service, integrity, and pricing for generations. The big guys incentivize their techs to sell you new equipment. Mike's team emphasizes repair first. We only sell you equipment if your current equipment is worn out and beyond repair. And let's be honest about price. Small operations without much overhead can sometimes lowball your job, but you can't trust just anyone with a truck. They may be here today and gone tomorrow. Mike Merritt has been keeping North Florida cool for more than 3 decades. That's experience and dedication you can count on. Call today or see us on the web.
Florida license number CAC 050384.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service on 1010XL.
You know, ET knows the assignment, Mr. Duraco. If ESPN's Mike Duraco is going to join us here on the program, we know we're getting a little bit of this coming into here with you. What's going on, D-Rock?
D-Rock.
Fellas, how are we?
All right.
We're doing all right. We are just days away from training camp now. What, in your mind, is the storyline that you're most interested in seeing developing for this football team starting next week when they get everybody back on the field?
Wow. I've got like 2 or 3,
Sure.
but I'll just go with probably the top 2. You know, I'm really interested to see how the Travis Hunter usage plays out. I mean, we all know that he's cornerback 1, but how much exactly is he going to play on offense? Can we even tell by what they do in camp if that's going to be an accurate representation of the rest of the year? But, you know, I just want to see, obviously, how they want to mix him in with offense. And the other thing, obviously, in addition to, you know, Trevor Lawrence is a whole different storyline there, but the other thing is, how exactly are those multiple tight end formations that Liam Cohen wants to work or wants to use work out? Because if you're going with extra tight ends, that means there's receivers that are not on the field. So which guys are not on the field, and what does that look like? Those are really 2 of the biggest things that I'm looking for.
D-Rock, great to talk to you on a Friday, man. How about the running back room? How confident are you in this running back room? When it's all said and done in 2026, what will we say about the Jags running back room?
I think that's exactly what you'll say, is that it was sort of a collective, really good group. Because I think, you know, we heard Liam Cohen the other day, you know, I think he was on NFL Live or one of those shows, was talking about how excited he is to see Basil Tootin and how much of a big role he's going to have. Well, the same thing with Chris Rodriguez. You know, he said a lot of the same things about him in terms of yards over expectation, and that's a big deal to him in terms of, you know, can they get 7 yards on a play that's really only designed to get 3 or 4? You know what I mean? And I think both of those guys sort of fit that. I'm interested to see how LaQuint Allen, his role expands. You know, I'm not really sure what that's going to look like. Is it the same as last year? We know he's really, really good as a pass protector. But does he get a bigger role carrying the ball? You know, and I don't think we're going to see any of those guys get 1,000 yards. But I do think we'll see a more equitable split of carries between Rodriguez and Basil Tootin than what we saw last year with ETN. And that's how I'm pronouncing his name, because for however long he was here, he never told us it was different. So, like, I'm not wavering from that. But between ETN and Tootin last year.
I'm starting to feel more and more lonely in this idea, D-Rock, but I know you mentioned a few moments ago, like, that what does it look like if they're going to run more big personnel? In my head, I don't expect them to run all that much more big personnel. I think they want to be more effective doing it when they were doing it. I think they just didn't like the group, right, when they were having to go to those kind of looks. So and again, I think I may be lonely, right, in this take when everything is said and done, but I look at it and I think they're going to do it about as much as they were doing it. They just like their opportunity to do it more with Borkature being on the roster than they did without him. Am I crazy? Like, how lonely should I feel in feeling that way?
You know, it's hard to tell, because I agree with you from the standpoint of I don't think they liked the receiving options beyond, Brenton Strange when they were going with multiple tight ends. I think they like Borkature. They believe Borkature is a very, very good receiver, just didn't have the opportunity to get a lot of balls thrown at him. But the one that kind of complicates it for me, too, is like Koziel.
Sure.
They really love that kid. I mean, he's 6'7". I mean, that's a big catch radius right there, and that's a guy, goal line, you know what I mean, fade, throw it up kind of thing, So I don't know how much more they're going to do, but I do think that there is a lot of truth to what you said about they wanted to feel more effective or wanted to be better at it when they did it. And, a lot of that also depends on matchups, where they are in the field, injuries, all of that stuff goes in. But I don't think you should be too lonely. But, I'd bring a book.
Absolutely. D-Rock, when you look at a Trevor and his game throughout the offseason, taking a lot of deep shots, connected on deep shots, I'm expecting more of those. But it's funny what a year of difference it makes in 1 year. Last year was like, we know he's got all the tools, but he's inconsistent. This year we're like, he's going to light it up. Like we're totally sold on what he can do. Where do you fall in that category?
Well, I felt that way after the second half of 2022 as well. And, he didn't play badly in the first part of 23 before he got hurt, but he wasn't
consistent.
He wasn't the same guy he was the second half of 2022. So, do I feel better about him being more consistent this year? Absolutely, because I think Liam Cohen is a really good coach, and he's done a lot of good stuff for Trevor Lawrence in terms of fixing some mechanical issues that probably should have been fixed. 3 years ago, to be honest with you. And we've seen his prowess as a play caller and how he's able to create some matchups. But that, to me, with Trevor, there's still a part of me that's like, hey, when he gets on a roll, he is really, really good. But I still haven't seen him put a 17-game season together because in 22, like I said, second half really good, first half not so much. Last year, first half not so much, second half really, really good. And part of that first half, obviously, is the mechanical stuff and learning the offense. But I do feel much better about him being a more consistent player this year than I did going into 2023, I guess. So, it's just a matter of, is everybody healthy? How's the offensive line going to play, too? I mean, all that factors into it. But, if you're not optimistic about Trevor Lawrence being one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league this year, then I don't know what to tell you because I think he's headed for that.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to have that kind of thought in your head going into the season. And if he doesn't meet that kind of thing, then you can look at the season as a bit of a disappointment, right? Like that's kind of the bar for Trevor Lawrence. If we come out of 2026 and we don't all feel like, he's a top 10 quarterback in the league, I think I'd be disappointed, right? Like if we don't get to that kind of thing with Trevor going into the season. Mike DiRocco joining us from ESPN for a couple more minutes here. Who do you think the two starting guards will be for week 1 against Cleveland, and who do you think the Jaguars most want to see win those two starting guard spots heading into the season at this point?
Yeah, I think it's still going to be Macari and Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland is going to lose that job. They were really pleased with the way he played last year. Obviously, they're planning on moving on with him. That's the Pregnon pick, obviously. And I know everyone's going to keep an eye on Wyatt Milam and Macari in that battle to see how it is. But, they also think Wyatt can play some tackle as well, so we can kind of see how he fits in there, in case of injuries. But I'll go with the veterans at this point until we can see some more out of Wyatt Milam. But, I think they would much prefer that Wyatt Milam win that job in camp. And then they can kind of go in knowing that in 2027, okay, Milam's our right guard and Pregnon's the left guard.
D-Rock, what are you hearing on the latest with P-Wash, Parker Washington contract? And do you think he'll be our punt returner for 2026?
There's still ongoing talks. Not, I would be surprised if there's not something done by the first week of the season.
Okay.
I thought there might be a chance to have something done before camp started, and obviously there still is. I mean,
Right.
the veterans don't report until next week. So, there's a chance they could get something. It's really a matter of, can they just settle on that annual salary, and then boom, it's just a quick. I mean, I can't imagine that there's too much back and forth there. The punt return question's a good question there, because he's really good at it.
Oh yeah.
And we don't know about what kind of impact that would have him not being there, because you've got to have your good players on the field. And if he's the best one you have at it, you can't save him just to play wide receiver. I think you got to put him on the field and let him do it. So until we see something in the preseason or certainly in training camp, I would just expect him in week 1 to trot out there and catch the first punt.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of whether or not Josh Cameron can fill most or all of that. Right? Like in that category, for a team that's going to talk about creating edges, Parker's an edge, man. Like in the return game, he just is.
Oh, yeah.
In the punt return game, he gives you that kind of edge. It's why I reached out to you early in the week, D-Rock. I needed to know, and since you wrote the story about it, you're the guy to ask. Are we ever going to have field goals that are worth more than 3 points in the NFL again?
I doubt it. I completely doubt it, but that was a fun story to write. And it was interesting. I mean, I went back and looked at the UFL stuff, and I think it was 8 of 14. I think was the total of field goals over of 4 points or more for 60 or more. I mean, look, if you're a team like the Jags that has a guy like Cam Little that could make those on a somewhat regular basis, then I can imagine you would be all gung ho for it. But if you're a team that doesn't have that guy, probably not going to really push for it. But that it would change really the whole dynamic of fourth quarter, philosophy, fourth quarter strategy, play calling, all that kind of stuff. And, somebody was, bringing this up to me, if the field goal right now is going to be 59 yards, do you take a knee to get that 4-pointer?
Right.
So it's from 60 yards. Like, what's the difference between 59 and 62? I don't know that there is much of a difference. If you're making it from 59, you're most likely going to be able to make it from 62. So, but that was a really, really fun story to gather on, and obviously had some help from some of the other guys at ESPN to get some quotes. But, talking with Adam Vinatieri for that story was great. He was really, really good on it. So I'd love to see it. I just don't think we will. I don't think that they want to make the kickers have that much more of an impact than they already do, which is still pretty significant, let's be honest.
Yeah. And, Tommy and I were talking about during the break when I knew you were coming up, and I think you'd almost have to put a rule in that basically you can't get from something short of 60 to something beyond 60 via penalty or we're taking a knee so that we can kick from 60. Like I almost think the league would have to put a rule in that says if you cross the line that makes it a 59-yard field goal, it's a 3-point field goal. Whether or not you take a penalty or whatever and you want to kick it from 64, that's your prerogative, but it's worth 3 points because you already crossed the line. Yeah. Like, I don't know how that's the only way I can think of that would kind of get rid of the shenanigans that could be in play for teams, which is why, in the end, I don't think the league's going to touch it. I think they're going to be field goals or 3 points. What are you, nuts? Like, I think that's the way that all that's likely going to go, but it is fun to think about. I did think Cam's, response to it was interesting that you included in the article because he talked about the strategy stuff you were talking about there. He's like, it would affect so much. Those situations, what exactly would that look like? I don't think any of us can know, and unfortunately for our curious minds, D-Rock, I don't think we'll ever find out.
Yep.
I don't think the league's going to do it.
What was surprising to me, though, is when I checked with the league that they said, that had been brought up before.
Yeah.
Which was a little bit of a surprise to me. I'd never heard that.
Yeah, just got no momentum. Yeah.
Yeah, no momentum. They're like, no, we're not gonna deal with that. But look, the league has shown over the last 4 or 5 years, obviously, the willingness to change and adjust. So I'm not going to say never, but I don't expect it like you.
All right, D-Walk. I'm sure we'll see you out at training camp next week. We'll invite you on again. We're just a few weeks away from the regular rotation, man. I hope you got the breakfast bowl funds ready and ready to roll for a new season. We're not too far away from getting all that underway. Appreciate you giving us a few minutes here this morning.
Oh, thanks, fellas. And yeah, I took a second job this summer to be able to afford Breakfast Bowl. Because obviously we know prices are going up, and it's that's why we can't add anyone else in on the station to do it, because, man, I don't need to take a second mortgage to afford breakfast for you guys.
Well, that's why we keep bringing you back. You plan ahead. You're a guy who thinks ahead, Mr. DeRocco. As we'll see you out at camp next week. Thanks again to Mike DeRocco joining us for a few minutes here on the program this morning. We still got to get to the golden moment today, which I think is going to probably be revolving around our tail of the tape from earlier here in the show, and take a quick look around the rest of the National Football League as well. You're listening to a Friday edition of Jaguars Today on 1010 XL.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service.
Hi, everybody. Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy Foods means a lot of things. Sandwiches and subs, absolutely. Love their tuna salad. Man, they've got such a great variety, though. Maybe a classic Cuban made with authentic Cuban bread is more up your alley, or a delicious home-style cranberry chicken salad. Look, Dandy has something for everybody, and that includes a full line of breakfast items. They've got protein packs. They've got gourmet salads, all kinds of quick pick-me-ups, veggie trays, fruit cups, you name it. Quick, easy, convenient, always fresh, always delicious. Why is that? Because Dandy makes their food with the highest quality ingredients. They make it fresh. They deliver it fresh daily all over Duval, so you know you're getting the highest quality. That's right, fast, fresh, waiting for you in the cold case at convenience stores all over town. Walk into any Circle K, walk right to the fresh case, and be amazed at the Dandy variety. But do me a favor. Leave a tuna salad for me if you don't mind. That's right, Dandy's got your back, folks. When you're hungry in Duval, do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Perfect passes.
Great pass.
Thrilling moments.
Did that just happen?
Winning plays.
Touchdown!
Your radio home for play-by-play. 1010 XL.
Tommy Mack here for Duval Glass and Mirror. You don't have to remodel your entire home to make a big impression. Sometimes all it takes is a beautiful frameless shower, a custom-cut mirror, or just replacing that fogged, cracked, or outdated glass that's been bothering you for years. Jacksonville homeowners trust Duval Glass and Mirror for expert craftsmanship, honest service, and flawless results. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote today. There's only one name for glass and mirror. It's Duval.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Ticket here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools have been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Hey, I'll be home in about 10 minutes. Actually, make it 8.
Hey, Mom. Yep, I'm walking home now. Mom, I'm trying to cross, but I don't think this driver sees me. No, they're driving too fast. Mom!
Speeding catches up with you. Early, on time, a little late, just get there safely. A message from the Florida Department of Transportation's Target Zero initiative.
Summertime is here, and that means it's grilling season. Now, before you overpay at the big box stores, make a stop at Houston's Meat Company on Main Street in Jacksonville. For more than 50 years, Houston's has been Jacksonville's local butcher shop, serving up quality meats, incredible prices, and the kind of service you just can't find at the grocery chain. Steaks, burgers, chicken, ribs, whatever's on the grill this weekend, Houston's has you covered. Shop local, grill better. Follow Houston's Meats on social for updated weekly specials.
Looking for a real career with great pay and full benefits? Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. As a growing, family-owned company that cares about its employees, they're hiring lawn technicians in the Jacksonville area. No experience required. This is a salaried position with top industry pay, full benefits, a 401k match, and paid training. Apply today at JulingtonCreekPestControl.com. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
Equal opportunity employer.
Hurricane season is here, and now is the time to make sure your property is ready. Weak, damaged, or overgrown trees can become a serious hazard when storms move in. Trust the experts at Lucas Tree Service with over 45 years of experience for professional tree trimming, removal, and storm preparation. Don't wait until a storm is on its way. Schedule your tree assessment today at lucastreeservice.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
Lessons.
Our golden moments here today on the show. Tommy, I'll ask you. You had the opportunity to go through and rank all these teams in the AFC South, our tale of the tape. What was kind of looking at it, having the chance to talk through all of it now?
Yeah.
What was kind of your big takeaway from doing the thought experiment this morning with those teams?
It solidified how I feel the AFC South is going to go. The Jags and the Texans are going to battle head-to-head. It's going to go down to the wire, and the other two are going to figure out where they fall in the pecking order. I expect the Colts to be third. I expect the Titans to be fourth. But I expect the Texans and the Jags to just go at it. They'll split. You know what I mean? They'll split. Now, the London game, anything can happen in London, right? So that kind of throws you off. Yeah. But I still think they'll split, and then we'll see from there. But I think it's going to be another down-to-the-wire, neck and neck, who wins the division. And look, for the record, I've said this before, Tone. I feel like a wild card entrance and maybe being on the road, because you're going to be on the road anyway, like you're already built for it. Like that's like almost, you know what I mean, poetic justice, if you will, and nobody will give you a chance because you didn't win. You know, it'll fall right into what you need to accomplish. I know winning the division, what it brings you, I get that. But I've always, look, I love me against the world. You know what I mean? That mentality and going on the road in the playoffs when you got a strong road team, you're tough out. You know, you're going to be tough to take out in those playoffs.
The last opportunity we had to do a show together was a couple weeks ago on a Friday.
Yep.
Right. And the question of the day that day was essentially along the lines of what is the minimum for it to be a successful season. Yeah. Right. And, you know, we talked about all the different kind of what that looks like. And, Dempsey landed on divisional round win.
Yeah.
You know, like it was that kind of thing, which, again, everyone can feel about it the way they want to feel about it. Everything, it's so hard in my mind to try to put a bottom line on it. Like with those kind of things, I think the Trevor conversation we were having a moment ago with D-Rock, that's where I'm at in my head. Like, I think if we're going into the season with Trevor Lawrence here in 2026, if we don't get to the end of this year and we're all saying, yeah, he's a top 10 quarterback in the league, then I'm going to be going, what's happening?
Yeah. Or even higher.
Right.
Top 7.
Trevor, like, I think he's got the opportunity maybe 5, right? Like, when everything is said and done. Like, it's everything was going that direction at the end of the year. We've talked about all the half seasons that we've seen from him to this point in his career. I wanted to talk about kind of trying to differentiate with these teams at the top of that list. When you look at the categories that we were ranking there, there are obviously going to be some that all of them are important to try to figure out how to win a game week to week, and any of them can be the spot that you get the play from that is the difference maker that week, right? So it's not that any of them don't matter, but it's clear that some just matter more than others. Like they have more of a week-to-week impact on results for you. So if you were going to try to pull out the, let's say, 3 categories that are on that list that are the most impactful, and it doesn't even matter where the Jaguars stand necessarily in those categories, but they're just the 3 most impactful quarterbacks or the most impactful categories when it comes to trying to figure out, are you going to win or lose week to week? What would they be?
O-line, D-line, QB.
Okay. So
win in the trenches and have a quarterback that doesn't at least screw it up.
O-line,
at the very least.
D-line, QB.
Yep.
We'll take a look at how the teams compare directly in that here in just a moment. But before we do that, let's take a look around the rest of the National Football League.
Now, gems around the NFL. Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Carolina linebacker Nick Scourton suffered a torn ACL yesterday at the Panthers' first full team day of practice, according to a report from Ian Rappaport and Cameron Wolfe at the NFL Network. He is expected to seek a second opinion on the injury. Scourton led the Panthers with 5 sacks last season as a rookie. Arizona head coach Mike LaFleur said on Thursday that quarterback Jacoby Brissett, who is seeking a new contract, did report for training camp this week, will not be a hold-in for the Cardinals as they get their 2026 season underway. A bunch of players across the league were placed on their team's PUP list as training camps opened up, but one player of note that was not placed on that list is New York Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors, who tore his ACL in Week 4 of the 2025 season. He is not opening up the year on the PUP list. And look, he was a Heisman finalist. He quarterbacked the first 10-win team in Vanderbilt history. Diego loves him some Diego.
Yeah.
And isn't afraid to let everybody know about it. Look, I'm a Vanderbilt fan, so I can include this as league news with a chuckle if I want to. When everything is said and done, Diego Pavia is also a rookie quarterback looking for a job after being waived by the Baltimore Ravens.
Right before camp.
Yeah,
man,
Baltimore Ravens yesterday. They had 5 quarterbacks on the roster, so
dude, you know what he should do?
They're bringing in Pochick and
go arena and light it up. Go light up the arena.
See what it. Make it happen.
I mean,
man.
you could. I mean, you know, to me, I'd find the NFL though, and I'm a QB, and I still got some goods. I think I got the goods. I'm gonna maybe find a long way in, but that could be a way.
We'll take a look at the direct comparison quarterback, O-line, D-line when we return before we say goodbye for the day, as we are trying to put a bow on this edition of a Tail of the Tape Friday.
That's right.
You know, we'll have more of these in the future, I promise you, when the Jags get back on the field officially for ball games.
They're fun. They're fun.
But trying to take a look at the AFC South today. We'll wrap that up here in just a moment. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Jaguars Today. From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care. Official dental partner of the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
Summer is made for road trips, beach days, and family vacations. Before you hit the road, make sure your vehicle is ready at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Their trusted technicians can handle your oil change, fluids, filters, and more, all while you stay comfortably in your vehicle. No appointment needed. With convenient locations, a 4.7-star national rating, and named #1 quick lube for customer service by Forbes, it's easy to see why drivers choose Valvoline. Get road trip ready today at Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Jaguars fans, grab your passport. Open and fund a new Everbank Performance account for your chance to win the Everbank London Getaway Experience. One winner gets round-trip airfare for 2, 4 nights hotel, and 2 tickets to the Jags game in London this October. Start your journey today at everbank.com/London. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry period from 6/29 to 8/27/26. Get official rules and details at everbank.com/London Rules. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank N.A. Member FDIC.
Here's some advice I've learned over the years. The best time to fix something around your house is before it forces you to. Don't wait until your plumbing fails, your septic system backs up, or your AC quits on the hottest weekend of the summer. This month, Duck Rooter is making it easier to stay ahead of the problem. Save $250 on a whole home repipe or redrain, $50 on any septic service, and $500 on a new AC system. When you're stuck, call Duck Rooter, 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Attention men and women, if you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about letting things roll off of your back. So often we can make big deals out of things that are not really big deals. We can allow them to steal the joy of our day. But let me remind you that don't allow anyone or anything to steal the joy of today. Go out today not letting little things steal the big things that God has in store for you.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Blue here for the blue.
Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Julington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
When it comes to orthopedic care, experience matters, and teamwork matters even more. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, our fellowship-trained specialists work together to treat a full range of conditions, from knees and shoulders to spine, sports injuries, and joint replacement. You'll be guided by the right specialist for your needs, with coordinated care and personalized treatment plans designed for better outcomes. Smarter care, faster access, trusted expertise. Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville.
Hunting season in Northeast Florida is just around the corner, and Green Acres Sporting Goods has been serving Jacksonville hunters for over 55 years. And right now, you can lock in a summer deal on an AR-style 12-gauge shotgun for just $299. And while you're there, check out the largest archery pro shop in Northeast Florida and test shoot the newest bows by Hoyt and Matthews. Shop today at Green Acres Sporting Goods.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. You're Mackin' with Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. On 1010XL.
Well, they wound up tied in our tail of the tape this morning, so I was trying to figure out some way to differentiate between the top two teams in the AFC South.
Okay.
Jacksonville and Houston. I ask you to pick the categories that are the most impactful among these groups. And you chose quarterback, O-line, D-line.
Yeah.
And so if you look specifically at that, for Houston, quarterback, they're 2. O-line, they're 3. D-line, they're 2. And again, I think that's where, if anyone's going to have the bone to pick with you in your rankings, I think that's where it's at, right? Is Jacksonville being 1 versus 2. They're with Houston. And I think all 4 teams have an argument to be higher or lower than they were on these lists. Houston can't be lower than 2.
No.
I wouldn't say.
No,
but whether or
definitely
not they should be 1. All right, so people can, bicker about that kind of thing. But 2, 3, 2. So for a total of 7 points there for the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
For the Jacksonville Jaguars, that would be 1, 2, 1.
It's 4.
Quarterback 1, O-line 2, D-line 1. So even if you want to flip the D-lines there and say that the Jags were 2, on that list, that's 4 or 5 compared to 6 or 7 for the Texans. So I still think it's not saying that there's a big divide between the teams, but if you're trying to figure out for a team, it's been the summer of finding the edge, right?
Yeah.
So find the edge. And I do think in those critical categories, if you just take them and pull them aside, I think it's fair to say the Jaguars do have some slight edge over the Texans potentially going into the 2026 season.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, and then the skill positions, they got us at running back, and we got them in targets, By the way, it's very close.
Yeah.
The only one that's not close in my book is Trevor. Trevor and CJ. I'm taking Trevor all day long. There's no doubt about it. You can make an argument for
I think
Houston.
even that conversation kind of matches that idea, right? Like, I think it's really, really close. Our quarterback is clearly better.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
believe that to be.
There is the conversation about the football team heading into the season should be about, does Trevor allow them to be that team? He's the one that's carrying the weight on this.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I don't see any way around it.
Yep.
I'm very confident that he's going to be able to bear up underneath it.
Yep.
But he's the one that's carrying the weight on this. There's nothing to fall back on here. Like, there's nothing good enough on the defensive side of the ball, in my opinion, here in Jacksonville to be like, well, if Trevor's a little, like, they'll be all right. I don't feel that way about where this football team is. He has to be that guy for the football team going into this season.
Right. Well, So I don't, and I could be wrong, but I think our D-line healthy can carry us.
Okay.
I don't think our O-line can carry us. I don't think if Trevor's only okay, I don't think our O-line takes over and the running game takes off.
Right.
I don't believe we have that kind of offensive line or offense in general, but I do believe we have the QB to make all of that hum, right? Make everybody better. So that's the way I'm looking at it. I mean, look, you could make an argument, although we went over the sack totals with Hunter and Anderson Jr. They had
27 and 23.
27 and 23, which is 50 sacks in 2 years. You can't deny that, no doubt about it. We need a healthy Trayvon. We need a healthy Eric and Devon with his runs that we get, and then who knows if we can get a third tackle.
Yeah,
Regis, a row, somebody, Dickerson, somebody that can give us something. Then you got a pretty good
big
D-line.
dividends getting paid from Hunter playing corner.
Oh,
for the team and the impact that could potentially have on the pass rush. Like, they need that to be real.
Without a doubt.
Like, that can't be something that we're guessing about going into the season saying, that'd be cool. Like, if that shows up, it's like, no, it needs to be.
Who else is it? I like Jerrion Jones, but he's not that.
No.
He's a good cover guy, but he's not that kind of corner.
Absolutely not. Before we say goodbye for the day, let's welcome in XL Primetime.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Matt Hayes joining us for the handoff here. Going from, so we're watching
just
LeBron
don't even understand it.
signing with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
$4 million a year. He's that desperate.
Jeez. Well, does he think he can win a championship with him?
I don't know.
Embiid's there, right?
Yeah,
right.
That's official.
Who
else we got?
Who's hurt all the time.
Yeah,
Breaking news on
him,
TV. Yeah, LeBron's going to Philly. So he's close enough to town that you can go catch him, right? Like, you can go watch him play for the veterans minimum a couple times.
Swan song.
Is that even the veteran? Is that the minimum?
No idea.
What is
I have
the
no idea.
minimum?
I don't know.
I do not know.
Yeah, that's got to be close, right?
Yeah, gotta be.
Yeah.
For a guy that's been around as long as he has, it's got to be pushing that kind of thing. Our question of the day today, we were doing a tail of the tape going through the AFC South with Tommy. So we were looking at all 4 teams and ranking them in all the categories going into the season. Our question of the day was along those kind of lines. Where do the Jaguars have the largest advantage against the rest of the AFC South? The options we put in the poll: head coach, quarterback, special teams, wide receivers. How would you vote?
Yes, and yes. I go yes on all 4 of them, actually. I think they have the advantage in all 4.
Where do they have the biggest advantage?
I'd probably start at head coach, and then I'd probably go wide receiver, special teams.
No Trevor Love?
And Trev. I mean, honestly, he looked fantastic the last 8-9 games of the season.
No doubt.
If he comes and does that again and takes another step, then you're like, all right, he's legit. He's a dude.
What about a healthy Tank Dell to go with Nico Collins? That change your mind?
I still like what they got on this team. I really like their receivers.
I do too.
I really do.
I think they're close. I mean, if you want to compare the two groups,
yeah, they're close. I really like Parker Washington. Washington, I don't think he hit his ceiling last year. Like, I think there's more from him.
I agree with that.
So and if there is more from him, and you get the same or better from Jacoby, then it's all on Brian Thomas. If Brian Thomas returns to form, then you got.
And if he doesn't,
they're going to be the regular season. There can be a problem.
If he doesn't, throw Hunter in there. That's your backup.
That potentially they could be a very big problem for people, not just the South.
Like the Jacksonville Jaguars are built where they're actually in a position where if Brian Thomas Jr. looks like he's faulting, let's just put our best athlete back on offense.
Yeah. Hey, Trev, we need you a little bit over here.
But also, to be fair, let's also be fair about this. Is there one mix-up somewhere? Offensive line's a little shaky. Trev doesn't play like we thought he would.
Oh, yeah.
The receivers are kind of like
running backs don't
kind
work
of
out.
Plateaued.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that thing falls apart. But if everything goes how we think it will go, they're going to be a problem for people.
No doubt. What do you got coming up today on Primetime?
We are going to definitely talk Jags with training camp right around the corner. We're also going to recap SEC Media Days and do a little more college football talk.
Sounds like a plan. Welcome back from Tampa.
Thank you,
man.
As the SEC Media Days have been wrapped up.
Yeah.
We'll put a wrap on the show here momentarily. But, Tommy, I know Dad Bots.
Dad Bots
They're
tonight,
in action
babe.
tonight, yes.
Tonight at Cole Haynes Irish Pub in Atlantic Beach, right there on Atlantic Boulevard, east of the Intercoastal. on the north side of Atlantic Boulevard in Penman Road, right there. You can't see it. When you see LA Fitness, look to your right. You will see Culhane's Irish Pub. We switched up the set list. I was reading them to you. Moved it all around. Going to be a little different tonight. So looking forward to it, man. Band back together.
Beyond the plans that I'm sure you just made to go see the dad bods, what else you got coming up this weekend?
Gritty heads back. The summer with Gritty ends this weekend, so I got to take him back to Virginia.
Yeah.
And so and then I'll pick up the sticks and get back to some golf.
Hit a fishing hole on the way up to Virginia?
I'd hit a golf course before I hit a fishing hole.
There you go.
Mike Dempsey will be back with us on Monday. We'll be taking the show on the road starting on Wednesday through the rest of the week out at Jaguars training camp at the Miller Electric Center. Tickets and parking are free at Jaguars.com. If you haven't signed up and want to head out to practice, come on out, say hello. We've had our share of Jacksonville kind of things this week, Waffle House among them. And if you break it down to its core, Tommy, from a sports perspective, Jacksonville is the Jaguars and the Jaguars are Jacksonville.
Without a doubt.
Right? Like that's what we are. That is always true, but it's way more fun for it to be true when the team's any good.
Yep.
And they appear to be that right now. Come be a part of it. That'll do it for us. Hit them straight. Enjoy the drive. E.T., good luck to the band tonight.
Thank you very much.
The voices, you try to find the right places to breathe.
That's right. You got to breathe, man. Got to get those breaths in. It's tough.
So that'll do it for us, for E.T. Thanks to Mike DeRocco for joining us again this morning for an On Assignment. Mike Dempsey. For Tom McManus, I'm Tony Smith. XL Primetime coming up next on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
For all that is just in this life and the next. 1, 2, 3. Duval!
Jaguars today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. 1010XL takes you inside the program director's office with Dan and Jeff.
We're here because you're looking for the best of the best of the best, sir.
The Drill.
Of course, you are a character.
Mornings.
Doesn't mean that you have character.
On 1010XL.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision.